All right? Is everyone in the world sick of hearing this word yet? Well, you shouldn't be, because it's very important. Do I wipe it off the board yet, or do I leave it? I'm going to leave it. Fuck it. I got space. I got skills. Vibration is literally everything. Everything you do in your life, everything you feel on the inside, everything you experience on the outside, everything is dictated by this. Everything else that you might think are contributing factors to your experience are secondary or derivatives of this. Very, 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 very brief rubbish version of the emotional scale there. Life is basically a game. It's going up and going down, going up and going down on this scale. Depending on where you are on the scale, you know, serenity, enthusiasm, interest, boredom. I had to try and remember that one for a second. Anger, fear, apathy, death, you know, the usual. Anywhere you are is obviously dictating a vibration. It's sending out a signal, a frequency, a radio frequency, if you like. Depending on what that frequency is that is being sent out is going to dictate what you're getting back. I'm going to draw a brain. Just kind of looks like he's got a sack of potatoes on his head, but whatever. There we go, we got a brain and a heart. B for brain, H for heart. I teach English as well. Got skills. Brain, heart. So the brain is sending out electric signals. That is the radio frequency being cast out. The heart is like a magnet and it pulls in. Send out, pull in. Now, if this cycle is happening at a healthy plateau, then we create a very benign, positive, beautiful experience. If it's not, then we create something a bit more shit. Because this cycle is always going on. The electromagnetic partnership of the mind through the brain and the heart is a cycle that continues. And that'll happen no matter if we're, you know, if we're Buddha and we've transcended, or if we're literally a depressed guy on the floor, curled up in the fetal position after a breakup, whatever. This is still happening. This is a process that is always happening. So, on the scale, so this is why life is a game, an emotional game, a tone game on this scale. Let's say you wanted to be serene all the time so you could generate the best possible experience for yourself. That's very unlikely. That's not the game. Not really. Again, unless you're Buddha. It's always the striving point, but the game isn't to kind of stay there. The game is to be knocked down as little as possible. Because in life, E. I've written E for events, and these circles are events, and they're coming to our little stick man's world. Life's going to throw all sorts of things. How we receive those things depends on where we might get knocked, pulled up or knocked down on the scale. Now, there's another factor to that, which I've gone over in previous videos, which is again the content of one's subconscious mind, which is like a great big sack full of other events, past events, painful events that we can't see. So that's over here. Now, when these things approximate these things, bypassing our own awareness, usually what happens is we get knocked down the scale. So let's say we're having a grand old day up in a serene state, then fucking, I don't know, tiger bursts in, fucks us up a bit. Also reminds us of this other time we got attacked by a tiger. Shit, we've got the apathy from that situation and the adrenaline from this situation. That might take you out of your serene state a little bit. So, serene, let's say that's knocked him all the way down to just below fear. So he's somewhere between fear and apathy now. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. He doesn't know if Tiger's got more of his mates around the corner and they're about to bust in the back door. Fucking start ripping up the couch, stealing his shit. He doesn't know. So, so yeah, now he's been knocked down to a very low emotional state on the scale. Now that he's down here, his radio frequency that he is broadcasting is much different than the one he was broadcasting when he was having his serene moment up here. Why? Because it's different thoughts, a lot of them unconscious, that are now broadcasting the signal. So the heart is going to pull in different things. That's sending out something different, you're going to get back something different. The problem is, a lot of people get stuck down here because of the weight. So most people have a lot of their garbage still sitting with them within their field, undealt with, and it's just waiting to be pressed. Which, on the surface level, you might think, well, that's not so bad. Okay, he'll be upset for a few days and blah, 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 then he'll get back to it. Not necessarily true, because you don't know what's in your subconscious mind. You don't know what's going to get hit. You don't know the power of certain events in that space. So, some people end up getting stuck in these lower states. So you've got a few factors at work here. Firstly, by the nature of the further you come down the scale, the emotions are denser. It's going back to that upside down triangle sort of situation I was talking about in a different video. I don't know which one, sorry. Where the further you go down on the scale, the lower your emotions get, the denser the feelings. It's like descending into thicker and thicker and thicker mud. So the further you go down, the harder it is to come out, and the harder it is to see your own situation truthfully, because you've got more lies, if you like, influencing your thought patterns from the subconscious mind. Because the further down the emotions go that are running you, the more you're being influenced by the subconscious mind, because that's where those negative emotions are stored. It's a lot of fear, it's a lot of apathy, it's a lot of grief, it's a lot of anger. So, let's now say our guy who's been attacked by this mob of tigers has got kind of anchored down there. He's a bit stuck there. Tigers have long since fucked off. They're back to, they've gone up fucking market. They're trashing some richer houses now. But our guy is still really traumatized by it, even though there's no tigers around. Nothing bad's happening. His scratch wounds have healed. But he's not feeling serene anymore. Maybe he's come up a little bit. Let's say he's sort of come up to maybe boredom. He's got back to his normal life. But he's still not broadcasting the same frequency. So again, he's going to be getting different things back. When your emotions come down, the signal is not the same. So in a way, then it becomes your responsibility to find the ways that work for you to encourage your vibration to come back up, which is absolutely in your control. Now, again, let's say the subconscious sack is still very full of garbage, not much work has been done yet, then it could be beneficial to have a look at something like that first. But vibration is literally everything, and it will create, or you will curate your own world, whether you realize it or not, in this wise. When you're feeling serene and enthusiastic and positive and all those great things, basically anything above boredom is a good emotion. That brain-heart connection is going to be allowed to create something positive, because you haven't got the negative influence. There's nothing particularly bad happening in your life at one moment. Nothing in your subconscious mind or in your painful past is being triggered. You're able to stand up nice, clean, positive thoughts. Your heart's able to pull something nice, clean, and positive back. There's no interruption. If you view it like an electrical circuit, there's no resistance, there's no interruption. But these moments, more than likely, are still going to crop up. They're still going to happen. So that's when it behooves us to cultivate a certain amount of like internal alchemical mastery, I'll call it, where you've got the shadow work, you've got going into your subconscious mind and unearthing what's there so it can't be used against you in that way that it's going to interrupt your flow. And then also, when these negative things happen in life, these upsetting moments, these things that you can't possibly foresee or plan for, how quickly can you stop it and bring yourself back up? How quickly can you drag yourself away from your own trauma? Because you can interrupt it. It's very, very difficult. It's the reason why so many people get stuck down here as well is it's actually easy. It's so easy to get stuck down there. You're just passive, you don't do anything. Something bad happens, oh shit, something bad happens, and you just let yourself plummet. It's much harder to receive something negative and to stop it right there. Say, nope, wait. And create a bit of space between you and that. You get to decide how far it descends you, regardless of what's in here. What's in here is going to make it difficult, or not so difficult. But it's not the be-all and end-all deciding factor. That resides with you. Why? Because soul, mind, body. In that order and in that importance. Soul influences the mind, mind influences the body. Now this is also a circuit. You can have problems with the body that then affect your mind, then make yourself spiritually not feel as good, which is then gonna have a continuing effect. It's another circuit. But origin point, source point, always. With a new cycle, a new experience. Soul, mind, body. It means the sovereign control in all things lies with you. So in summary, you have the power to generate a positive vibration. And if you can do that, and bear in mind all this, all the ways in which it can be influenced and it can get hacked, you will have given yourself the power to generate a good vibration and create whatever reality you want.